Peace, assalamu alaikum, hope tip, grand rising, praise God, what's up, what's happening, or whatever it is you subscribe to. Dead up. You ain't bigger than the mob, part 5. Dead up. That's 430. So, in this story, Dead Eye, he's still running the zone, and he's still doing a good job. But also, Dead Eye done started getting the pack. Dead Eye is having all of the motion on the zone right now. And like I told y'all, Dead Eye is from this town. So, you know, it really ain't hard for him to do. But he wasn't having nobody bringing it in. He was getting it thrown over the fence in a tennis ball. And every time he struck, every time he got some, he probably got like 4 ounces at a time, because they were throwing like 2 or 3 tennis balls over the fence. And he'll either send one of the GDs to go get it, or he'll wait the yard call and he'll go get it. Because you got the hall orderlies, they got access, you know, to the hall. They can go get chemicals. They can go outside. You know what I mean? So that's how he was getting the tennis balls in. And Dead Eye, I mean, he happy. He got he looking out on the zone. He don't care if you vice lord or not. You know, you really can't get too close to the opposition, because if something pop out, then, you know, if you get too close to him, you might not want to, you know, handle that business. But, you know, he just making sure the zone's straight, man. Everybody doing their time. I mean, you got a little nonsense pop off here and there, but, you know, if it happened on the GD side, Dead Eye handle it. You know what I mean? You got a few things that'll happen on the vice lord side, but it'll get handled. For the most part, man, we on a good zone. Everybody just, you know, smoking. Me and Lil Ratting, and we rapping. You know, it's just a good time. But, you know, it really ain't no good time in the penitentiary. I didn't want to be there. You know what I mean? But y'all can pick up what I'm putting down. Like, everybody doing their time smooth. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody just really stressing. Everybody smoking tobacco good. Everybody smoking weed. You know what I mean? People getting liquor. People making buck. So it's just a good time in the penitentiary at this time, in Marshall County at this time, on our zone at this time. So Dead Eye, he got it rolling, bro. Like, he, you know, he making sure people eat too, especially the GDs. Now some guys didn't want to be involved in that. Sometimes some guys just want to do their time. Now they may smoke here and there, but as far as trying to hustle and, you know, end up getting caught, you know, some guys just didn't want to get involved in that. But, you know, Dead Eye, he was making sure he looked out on me. You know, and I had a locker box full of stuff. I had cash, and I was getting, you know, the girl I was messing with at the time, I was getting money sent to her. Now, they ain't had no cash app or no green dot at the time. It wasn't nothing but money orders. So what you would do, like, just say, for example, I had a couple white boys I used to deal with, some in another building, and 1 or 2 on the zone. And I sell them the weed. I either sell it for some canteen, or I sell it for some cash. Because, yeah, guys, you know, when they go to visit, they can bring the cash back on the zone. It's easy to hide the cash. But or what we would do is get the money sent to you get their family member either to do the wire transfer, what it's called, Western Union, or fill out a money order and get it sent to get it mailed to you know, my people's house, the girl house. But it was more convenient to do the Western Union transfer, because it's faster, because it take a few days for the money order to get there. So that's how I had my little thing going on. So one day, one of Dead Eye homeboys come to the building, but he ain't come to our zone. He went to, we was in B zone. He went to A zone across the hall. So they know each other on the street. And we just gonna call him VL Nick. He was a vice lord. And so in prison, it's not wise to tell people your business, like how you doing stuff. But you know, people ain't no fool, but they gonna mind their business. But it's not wise to be telling people how you doing stuff, because you tell that person gonna tell that person gonna tell that person. Before you know it, damn near everybody know what you got going on. And people be real live jealous and envious over these Zuzus and Wham Whams and these, you know, these couple $100. You know, people be, it just, I just never understood how people hate somebody for, you know, having stuff. Like I never did understand that, and I never been that type of person. Never ever been that type of person. I'm the type of person I want to see everybody eat, and that could hurt you. That could hurt you most of the time, but you know, it can help you sometime. And this was the situation. So of course, you know, me and Dead Eye, we real tight. So of course he letting me know every time he finna get something in. And then I spend a few dollars for him, and he made sure I get blessed. You know what I mean? So this went on for about 2-3 months before the shit hit the fan. In the penitentiary, the shit always gonna hit the fan. Ain't nothing gonna stay good. Ain't nothing gonna stay good, because the administration can do a mass movement, and then, you know, that everybody you was networking with and making money with, they gone. You know, the people you had doing this for you, holding this for you, they gone. So now you gotta, either you going to, and you gotta start from scratch, you know what I mean? And the money you had done saved up that your people got, the money or the Western Union, or the money that you got on your book, when you go to another prison, like you gonna have to spend all that, you know what I mean? Because you ain't the plug, you ain't got no motion, you gotta start from scratch, you know what I mean? So nothing always gonna stay the same, or a banking can kick off. It's just nothing always gonna stay the same, you know what I mean? So you can't get too comfortable in prison, because something gonna always happen to cause you to lose your motion. Whether somebody get caught, somebody snitch on you, you know what I mean? It'd be a whole lot of politics and people just playing games in the penitentiary. So Dead Eye, you know, him and his homeboy, every time they go on the yard, they kicking it. And I'm quite sure Dead Eye done told his homeboy the business, and told him every time, you know, he finna scrape, and which he shouldn't have did. I don't care if that's your homeboy. It is not wise to tell people your business. I don't care because you know him on the streets. It is not wise to tell people your business, even though they might know anyway, but it's just not wise to tell people your business. So one day, you know, me and Dead Eye, we talking, drinking coffee, we're talking about Black history. He was asking me how did the Black Panther start. So I'm telling him my version, you know what I mean, how it started, why it started, why the Black Peace Stone started, why the Black Disciples started, you know what I mean? And even though they was fighting and gang banging and whatnot, but it turned into a community thing, because, you know, you had, well, it was a community thing first before it too much became the gang banging thing, because, you know, you had the police brutality, a lot of that going on at the time. So they created these organizations to protect the Black people and protect the Black neighborhood. And then it's just a mixture of things, because you had the mob figures, and then, you know, you got the leaders, they watching these mob figures, and they start selling dope, and it just, yeah, it just turned to chaos. So I'm, you know, we chopping it up, you know, on Black History. We had a good conversation. So then he went to telling me he finna get ready to get the bomb in the next morning. You know what I mean? He finna get ready to get the pack in the next morning. I'm saying bomb because I be watching a lot of YouTube. Let me go to a commercial break if I may. I be watching a lot of guys tell they prison stories, and sometimes you just can't help but say some of the stuff that they say. I don't be doing it intentionally because, you know, I'm my own person, but sometimes you just can't help it. But, you know, Joe T, Bill Feezy, Charlie Global, and the white guy, Jay, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. But the white dude, he the one really got me started doing the video telling prison stories. I started doing it like 3 years ago. And the first video I did, it was called Unit 29. It was called Parchment Unit 29. The girl tried to get me beat up, and I told a story of how one of the female officers lied on me, talking about I was balling on her. And one of the officers, he was a cool player type dude, and he put me up on game and told him, you know, just watch yourself. You gotta watch these female officers because they'll shoot you in the cross. And that video got down to 30,000 views. But I wasn't consistent because I didn't understand the YouTube game at the time. I'm really just not starting to understand it. And then at the time, you know, I was doing a lot of community work, so I really wasn't doing stuff just for money. You know what I mean? Like and had I took advantage of it, I'll be way further along than I am now. But I'm just not starting to understand the YouTube game. But I've been watching these guys, Joe T, Bill Feezy, Charlie Go. I don't think he been home that long. I've been watching him probably about 6 months. But Joe T and Bill Feezy and the white guy, I cannot think his name. I think it's Jay. But I've been watching them for a couple of years. And, you know, I just want to tell y'all guys, I salute y'all guys, but I respect y'all guys. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. But yeah, so Dead Eye, he putting his little homeboy, the little vice lord, in his business. So he telling me he about to get another pack in the morning, and you know, for me to be ready to have my stuff together so I can make me some money. So I'm like, all right, cool. But what happened was the next morning Dead Eye come to me, he mad. I'm talking about he mad. Like, bro, somebody done stole the pack, bro. Somebody done stole the pack, bro. I gotta find out who stole the pack. And I'm like, damn, bro. You know what I mean? You know, people know, bro. Then you been telling your business, man. You know what I mean? Ain't no telling who got it. But all thing you gotta do is just sit back and, you know, just sit back and watch. It might be somebody from this zone. It might be from somebody from another zone. All thing you gotta do is sit back and watch. You know what kind of weed you be getting. And once you see it, then you can, you know, you can do your paper trail like that. So he like, all right, cool. So a couple hours passed. He come back to me. He was like, man, they got weed. They got weed across the hall, bro. I'm like, for real? So I said, this is what you need to do. Big Dog over there. Go over there on his own and ask Big Dog, you know, who got the weed. He was like, you'll come over there with me, bro? I'm like, hell no, I ain't coming over there with you. I ain't getting involved in that. I ain't getting involved in that, bro. You know what I mean? Cause I don't want people to know that I'm affiliated for real, even, you know, the administration, even though they probably already know, but they don't see me moving like that, bro. I go to school. I be going to Toastmaster Club. If you don't know what the Toastmaster Club is, that's a public speaking class. You know what I mean? So that they look at me like as a productive citizen of society in this prison society. You know what I mean? So nah, I ain't going over there. He like, all right, bro, whatever. So he ended up going over there, and somebody called my name. I was sitting back reading the book. They were like, they fighting across the hall. So I get up and I go to the window. Everybody at the window, dead out over there whooping his homeboy, bro. So Big Dog and the GDs. Now let me go to a commercial break if I may. At this time, I know I went to prison in 1996. I know from 1996 to like 2003, 4 maybe, GDs, gangsters, dominated the prison. I don't care what prison it was at. And I'm not saying this to talk down on the Vice Lords or the Stones or any other organization or gang, but this is a fact in Mississippi State Prison. Gangsters had more members and more power in the prison system at this time. So if some jump off between a gangster and a Vice Lord, 9 times out of 10, the Vice Lords, they don't want the problem because they outnumbered. Smart, if you ask me, in my opinion. You know, they gonna figure out a way to kill that because they know they ain't got no win. Now fast forward 2004, 2005, the Vice Lords started dominating. And I got a story on how the Vice Lords caught GD and them slipping in Greenwood. And everyone that got caught out there on that yard, they got stabbed up. But anyway, so at this time, like I said, gangsters ran things. So they over there fighting, and you know, you got, you know, a couple Vice Lords in the hood, and Big Dog and them. They, you know, they pulled dead off the brother. So I can't hear what's going on, but I'm seeing. But I found out, you know, dead eye come on his own, and the police just so happened. The police really wasn't paying attention. You know what I mean? You can see the police get up and look and see what was going on, but she can't leave the tower because ain't nobody here with her. I told y'all in Mississippi prison, if an officer in the building by themselves, they got to stay in that tower. If they come out that tower for anything, that's a breach of security. So she had to wait till somebody else come in, or she could have got on the radio, but she didn't get on the radio. So it just so happened another officer come in, and then she get out the tower, but the other officer stayed in the tower, and she went to the door to see what was going on. Like, it's blurry, but you can kind of hear because she's screaming, and she calling dead eye real name. Bring your ass out the zone, bring your ass. But this dead eye homegirl, you know you ain't supposed to be over here. Bring your ass out the zone. What y'all doing over here? Dead eye like nothing. So dead eye fall back on the zone. And you know, the brothers asking like, bro, what's up? What's up? Everything good? Then you got the Vice Lords, they kind of huddle up. It ain't about 7 or 8 of them on the zone. They kind of huddle up, you know what I mean? And Dead Eye like, yeah, it's cool, man, it's cool. So the Vice Lord that was over the zone, Dead Eye asked him, you know, to holler at him. And so they talked, they went in the TV room, the Vice Lord went in the TV room, the GD followed in the TV room. And Dead Eye talking like, bro, you know, I had to whoop your little brother. He my homeboy. I know him on the street, but he stole my pack, bro. He stole my pack. So the Vice Lord telling him he'll deal with it. You know what I mean? And we'll get your pack back. You know what I mean? And he was like, all right, cool. So eventually, Dead Eye he ended up getting his pack back. But to him, the Vice Lord is not moving fast enough to do something to the brother. So Dead Eye, he is not letting this go. You know what I mean? So he asking me like, should I just make a call and just get the brothers just to smash him since the Vice Lords ain't gonna do it? I'm like, nah, bro, just be patient and let the Vice Lords handle it. Now if they don't handle it in a certain amount of time, if they wait another day or so, and then you handle your business, because you can't let that slide. You know what I mean? I said, now I had the conversation with you before. you already kind of laxed, and now you got the weed. Like, people feel like they trying you because you're showing. People feel like they can try you because you're showing a lot of love. I said on our zone it's cool, but you know them other guys, they ain't on our zone. You know what I mean? So they're like, all right, cool. So make a long story short, the vice lord, he ended up getting smashed. They stripped him. He ain't vice lord no more. And he went on with the PC. So yeah, dead out. He handled his business, but he shouldn't have been telling his business. You know what I mean? So yeah, dead out. You ain't bigger than the mob, but you need to start moving a little strategic, my brother. Until the next story, y'all be smooth out here.